right to the finish. Unfinished manuscripts are practice, and we all need lots of practice writing because that's how you get better at anything, is you practice at it. But they're only good for practice, and they're only good at, in the extent that you haven't really gotten feedback on it. Your feedback is all from internally. Generally, we aren't the best judges of or trainers for ourselves because we don't know. So it's best to get external feedback, and the only way you do that is you share that manuscript with other people, and it's better if it's finished because then all the combined elements of a story can be evaluated as one. So if you're just writing scenes, people can write great scenes, but can you tie them all together as a string of pearls that make it a complete necklace? This is what you're shooting for. Because the whole is far different than the individual parts. You can see great scenes here and there. You can read books that are, oh my God, look at this. And then it tapers off. It's like, what the hell happened to the story? The whole. You've got to look at in total, what does your story look like? And the only way you can do that is if you finish it. There's a lot of people tell me that they have 10, 20 unfinished stories on their computer. What have you learned? You've learned that you've got 10 or 20 unfinished stories on your computer, and you've invested a lot of time practicing something, but without getting tips. It'd be like going to the golf course and just swinging away and trying to learn as you go. Really hard to do. And if all you do is go to the driving range, how are you ever going to then learn how to play the whole game, the strategy, the tactics, how to best shape a hole when you get up there to play? Or in a not safe for work kind of description, it'd be like having sex but never having a climax. Who wants to do that? In your story, you've got the setup, the build-up, the action, and the resolution. Conflict and resolution. That's most stories. That's the main mover of your plot. But if you haven't finished the story, come on now. Then what are you getting to? You're giving just snippets. Snippets are great. Remember that movie? Hey, look at that snippet. Look at the trailer. Oh my God, you go to the movie and the movie was horrible. Finish the story so then other people can look at it and help you. And you can look at it too, set it aside for a while, a week, a month, however long it takes to forget it. And then go back and look at it and say, okay, this is where I started losing readers. This is where I started losing momentum, and fix it. You can't do that if it's not finished. Oh, geez, I started losing momentum. Let me start a new one. And you can keep starting new ones all for the rest of your life. But you got to finish. And that's where you learn to be an author, a novelist, and that's where you start to realize value from your words, because you can't sell an incomplete work unless you're Leonardo da Vinci. But see, he completed a lot of work, so his drawings and stuff were worth a lot of money because he finished. You got to finish it. So get that story done. Write it. If you don't like it, go back and tell yourself why. But after a certain amount of time of starts and stops, writing 2 or 3, 4, 5 different stories and not finishing them, you got to go back and get into your head and say, what am I doing? I like writing this, but I can't do. Well, then you have to shape a story that you can write start to finish, that you can get into it, that you can enjoy it. And it becomes part of you. You write that story, and then, all right, there it is. Now you can start looking at it and give yourself better feedback. You can share it with the world to get their feedback. Here's what, and then you can revise and move forward, but it has to be complete. So all of this, here, 4 minutes, just to tell you, write it, finish it. You have to finish it. You have to get to the end. Even if you don't write the end, it's still the end of the story where the readers are satisfied, gratified, and ready for your next book. That's how you can make money in this business. You got to have readers when they finish the book. Mickey Spillane said it best. The first chapter sells this book. The last chapter sells the next book. And you can't get to the last chapter if you haven't written it. And nobody's going to buy your next book if you haven't written the last chapter of this book. So right to the finish. You have to finish the story, and then you can move on. Yeah, that's it. 5 minutes to tell you, finish the story. All right, everybody, you have a great day.